Today we're in Volume 2, page 471, Astrology. Greek, astron, star, logos, discourse. Originally the science of the study of the heavenly bodies, now in distinction from the science astronomy. The pseudoscience which explains and predicts the course of earthly affairs from observation of the motions of the planets. It is essentially the same as astromancy, divination by stars. According to astrology, every person's temperament and destiny depend on the zodiacal constellation under which he is born, and on the aspects of the planets. See horoscope zodiac. Astrology prevailed in early times among the Egyptians, Hindus, Chinese, Etruscans, and Chaldeans. Observing the influence of the heavenly bodies, and especially of the sun, in ruling the seasons and determining the crops, men came to suppose that the power which ordered the apparent chances of human life resided in the heavens, and that its decrees might be read there. The astrology of the Egyptians was founded on solar theories, the rising, culmination, and gradual descent of the sun, signifying the progress of man's life in youth, maturity, and age. The Chaldeans, or Chaldaic Babylonians, included in their system the planets also. They considered the stars and planets as sentient beings, proceeding from the absolute being. Each planet was a visible deity able to affect the fate of men and of nations. The spread of Christianity in the West, and later of Mohammedanism in the East, altered the character of astrology. The Arabs, being fatalists, found its tenets congenial, and it is still accepted by them. To Christianity it was less akin. The discoveries of the 16th century astronomers Tycho Brahe, Johann Kepler, Nicholas Copernicus, and Galileo Galilei sapped its foundations. The astrologers Robert Flood and William Lilly in England represent the latest period of the public power of astrology. The latter especially is well known by his prophecy of the Great Plague and Fire of London, and his claim to foresee the fate of Charles I. In the era beginning with the work of the English scientist Isaac Newton, astronomy emerged from the mystery, and astrology passed into the hands of quacks. Natural astrology, the science by which the motions of the heavenly bodies were predicted, was the astronomy of the ancients. Judicial astrology aimed to predict terrestrial occurrences by means of the heavenly bodies. For its purposes, the celestial sphere was divided into 12 sectors called houses of heaven. As the astrologer stood looking southward, he would have 6 houses dividing the visible heavens, in order from left to right, the horizon dividing these from 6 below him. In 3 ways these houses differed. Their power depended upon the position, the one containing the stars about to rise being most powerful. Secondly, the houses differed in their subject matter, thus, number 1, life, number 2, riches, number 3, brethren, number 4, parents, number 5, children, number 6, health, number 7, marriage, number 8, death, number 9, religion, number 10, dignities, number 11, friends, and number 12, enemies. Thirdly, certain houses belonged to certain planets, which, when in them, had particular powers. Each planet had its own character and influence, good or bad. 3 houses were assigned by the observer to each of the 4 ages of the person whose horoscope was drawn, and having fixed the planetary configurations, the astrologer had the means of a pseudo-scientific prophecy at his disposal. Phrases in everyday language still refer to astrology, e.g., ill-starred or born under a lucky star. Such words as mercurial, jovial, saturnine, and even disastrous have passed from astrology into common speech. And that's all it has to say. There's no photo, and since I have shown the photo of this cover in the past, I have chosen page 703, reconstruction of Trajan's Basilica Olpia, which stood in ancient Rome. Right floor plan of Constantine's Basilica, Rome. So I will include those photos. There's an interesting one of I just like the photo. Diagram of a basketball court showing the starting positions of the team which will score at the upper basket. Players enjoying a practical game. So I'll include those as well. I hope you have a wonderful day, that you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for listening. Sincerest Kimba.